Fellow Walking Dead fans, this is Solid Dave Snake bringing you guys a fun little bonus video for my favorite action figure out of the Walking Dead Comics Series 4, and that's the Pincushion Zombie. And I have done my review on him already. If you want to go in my uploads and check him out, I've actually done all of Series 4, which is a phenomenal series. I loved it. Every figure in it was really well done, but this Pincushion Zombie was leaps and bounds above the rest with his gimmicks. Once again, McFarlane knocks it out of the park with the zombie action figure in the comic series. It seems like every single one they do has great gimmicks, and the TV walkers, not so much. Maybe I'll do a separate video sometime comparing the comic book series zombies to the TV series. But this is such a simple gimmick, being able to put your weapons into the walker, that it just works really well. Can't believe they haven't thought of it already. And if you saw in the review, he comes with 7 accessories, and they will all fit inside of this zombie. But it makes you wonder what all other accessories that have come with previous Walking Dead action figures will fit in this zombie as well. And if you notice in the background, I have some different comic series action figures that have been released through the years. And here on the right hand side of the table, I have some of their melee weapons, and we're going to see what all ones will fit in this zombie and where at. And this is just the comic book series accessories. Imagine what all would fit in the TV series as well. But we have a lot here to go over. But before we start stabbing away, let's take a look at him and see where all his holes are on this zombie. And we'll start up top. He has a little notch right here beside the left hand side of his neck, which is meant to hold the hatchet that comes with him. And then we have a hole down here on his chest, which does not go all the way through. But further down on the top of his stomach, we have one that does go all the way through. So you can pierce him with a sword, and you can actually see all the way through him on the camera right now. And it's the same thing with this wound down here closer by his side. That will go all the way through. Same thing with his left hand side wrist here. It goes all the way through. And if we flip him over on the back, we see all the holes running down the left hand side of his back that are meant for his pitchfork, the exit wound from this spot on the front. And then continuing downward on his legs, we have another hole that goes all the way through the right hand side on his thigh, and another one that goes all the way through on the left hand side, although it is smaller. And then down below we have some little holes that you can't really stab him with any of the accessories he comes with, but we may be able to get some of this newer stuff in him down there. So, alright, let's start off with the 2 accessories from other figures in this series. We'll start off with Abraham's pitchfork, and then move on to Jesus's broadsword, which it seems like this figure was really thought out for these accessories, for these other figures in this series. And Abraham's pitchfork will fit really well into the spot for the pitchfork in his back that this zombie comes with. However, it does bend them in a little bit if you stick it further in there. And of course you could put it in different holes. You can start up the top, but it kind of fits in better right here on the lower portion of his back. And will actually go pretty far in there. So that works out well. And one accessory down, and then we'll move over to Jesus's broadsword, which will fit in a lot of spots on this walker. From the arm, and one thing to note, it will fit pretty snug because it's a pretty thick blade. It'll fit in this hole, in this hole. However, it won't go all the way through this one. You know what? I actually did get it all the way through. Kind of feels a little snug once you start pushing it further in there, though. And beware, you may get paint rub of the blood painted on there if you force it in too hard. But it really fits into this slot, almost like it's meant to. And let's see if it'll go in the thigh. Yep, it'll go all the way through. So that broadsword really works well with this zombie. Fits in a lot of spots. And you know what? Let's try out Ezekiel's staff sword. And it's thin enough. It'll fit in a lot of spots, although not snug, like the broadsword did on the wrist. It'll fit in the chest. Fits pretty snug in this hole going all the way through. And it will go all the way through. So that's a good spot for this one. Goes all the way through here on the side. That holds pretty snug in there as well. And I can already guess it'll go through here. And let's see if it'll go through this small one. Wow, yeah, it will. This one is thin enough to actually fit in there. And it fits in there good ways. So far 3 weapons down, and they are all fitting in multiple spots really well. Well, the pitchfork is only meant for the back, but it'll fit in a couple corresponding holes there really well. And now let's try the new San Diego Comic-Con 2015 Michonne's katana. And it'll fit through the hole in her side, on his side, and stomach. Real nice, going all the way through both sides. It'll fit through the wrist, but not snug. Real loose there. It'll go through the chest, go through the thigh, and even go through the smaller hole on this thigh. So good fits there. And let's try her old Comic Series 1 katana, which is real bendy and has an overall thicker blade. And I'm surprised it fit all the way through there and has the snuggest fit of any of the swords besides the broadsword so far. And it'll fit in the wrist, but kind of loosely. It will not go that far in the stomach hole, nor this hole at all. And let's see if it goes in the thigh down here. Not all the way through, but it will start. And not go in the smaller one at all. And this is the sword that came with the governor, and it's the same sword, however it is made out of a different plastic, which isn't as pliable. So let's just see if there's any difference in the holes that fit in good. It'll fit in there, but not all the way through. Same thing there. Yeah, it won't fit through there. About the same as the other. And now Comic Series 3 Rick's hatchet, which I'm sure will fit in this slot just as well as the hatchet that comes with them. You know what? It's kind of a hard fit, but we got it. So that works good. And looks like it'll fit in his gut as well. Oh yeah, that looks good there too. And I figure the other holes probably won't work with it now. Nope. So only those 2 for the hatchet, but they fit in nice. And now let's try the governor's big kitchen knife here, which fits in good on his wrist. It won't fit in any of the holes on his chest, but it will fit in nice right in his gut. It fits in there, but not any of the smaller holes. And now we have Negan's knife, which I love how this one looks. And this one is actually thick enough you could fit it in up here, I figure. No, it won't hold. Will go in his gut nice. It's a little too wide to fit in the holes. It'll fit in his wrist, although loosely. Oh, it fits in real nice on his thigh. That's a good spot for this. Real tight. It won't fit in there. Now let's see if it'll fit on any of these smaller holes down on the ankles. Which it will. Right here. So this knife works good there as well. And there's a corresponding slot on this side which it'll fit in there as well. So very nice. See if it goes on the one in his back calf. Yeah, doesn't go in very far, but it sticks there. Now here's the knife that will fit in those slots good, but let's start off up top. This is Andrea's combat knife. It'll go in these holes on his chest. It'll fit tight, but it'll go all the way in, so it looks like it's plunged in deep. Same thing on his stomach, side. It's real tiny. It'll fit in about any hole on him. Although some of them really loose, like right there. Fits in there nice. Now let's see how it handles these smaller holes down below. And it's like these holes were almost meant for this knife. It goes in there real snug. Perfect on that side as well. Now let's see the back side. Oh yeah. It's like these holes were meant for these knives. Andrea's combat knife, and I'm sure a lot of knives in the TV series are small and thin enough to fit in these slots too. That looks good. So, alright guys, I hope this was a fun video, and see what all accessories you have that might stick in this zombie, especially in the TV series. I'm kind of interested. Let me know in your comments below, but I hope you enjoyed this video, and stay tuned because there are a lot of the Walking Dead building set reviews coming up, TV series 7.5, and then in about another 2 months, the Walking Dead TV series 8 action figures. So stay tuned guys, and I'll catch you soon.